Good morning students, welcome back to Social Studies digital classes. Today we shall learn a new lesson. The title is Making of Laws in the State Assembly. Children, let us know the objectives of the lesson. Students will be able to know the terms constituency, manifesto and polling etc. Students will be able to identify differences between assembly and council, able to describe importance of legislative assembly, able to explain the process of election, able to explain about formation of government. The students will be able to understand the composition of legislative council. Constitution provides legislature for every state. The legislature of every state consists of the governor and one or two houses. The legislature in state are bicameral or unicameral system. The unicameral system consists of one house. The bicameral system consists of two houses. The lower house is called as legislative assembly. The upper house is called as legislative council. At present, only a few states have legislative council. Our Telangana state is also one among them. The lower house is called as legislative assembly. Children, let us know in detail about the legislative assembly. The most important body for making laws in the state. The state governments are responsible for implementing the laws and formulating policies for the welfare of the state. State assembly members are elected by the people. The tenure of the legislative assembly is 5 years. It may be dissolved earlier by the governor. Its term can be extended by 1 year at a time by the parliament during national emergency. The state legislature must meet at least twice a year. The interval between any two sessions should not be more than 6 months. Children, here we can see the picture of State Legislative Assembly, which is located in Hyderabad. Children, here we can see governor addressing the both sessions. Assembly constituency. Member of assembly MLA elected from a constituency. The number of constituencies in a state will depend upon its population. Telangana state has 119 constituencies. A constituency in Telangana has about 1,70,000 voters. The candidate of 18 years and above are eligible to cast his or her vote. A big city like Hyderabad is divided into 13 constituencies. Children, look at the map. Here we can understand that the districts have large population have more constituencies. The districts and places which have less population have a few constituencies. Children, look at here, Hyderabad have more constituencies. Election of MLA. Election to the State Legislative Assembly are held once in every 5 years. Candidates aspiring to become MLAs contest these elections. Various political parties represent their candidates in elections. There are also individuals who contest the elections, but do not belong to any political party. They are known as independents. A person must be a citizen of India and should have completed 25 years of age. He or she should not hold any office of profit under the state or central government and should possess such other qualifications as may be prescribed by law. Let us know about political parties manifesto. All political parties and candidates come out with election manifestos. These manifestos are descriptions of programs that they intend to undertake and promises that are relevant to the local context. The candidates and their supporters conduct campaigns by holding meetings and visiting the voters door to door. Children, let us know the process of election. On the election day, people vote one by one. The officer in the booth is responsible for checking the identity of the voters. Election Commission provided voter identity cards to all the voters. These cards have to be shown to the officer to cast their vote in polling booth. Children, let us know about voter identity card. A person who have 18 years or above age, he can cast his vote. We need to understand that the Constitution provides voting rights on any individual who is a citizen of the country and is above 18 years of age. The Election Commission provides voter identity card to all eligible citizens of India. Here we can view the model of voter identity card. Children, look at here. Here we can see the elector's name and father's name, date of birth, and the constituency name is also given. So, this kind of voter identity card is provided to all the voters. Children, look at the video. With this video, we can understand how to cast the vote by using electronic voting machine.
The electronic voting machine or EVM presents a simple way of selecting one candidate out of many. There are three versions of the EVM: pre-2006, post-2006 and the latest one, the upgraded post-2006 EVM. From the outside they look the same. The difference lies in the display and additional features. All versions of the EVM have two basic components: the balloting unit or BU and the control unit or CU. The voters use the balloting unit to exercise their voting rights. This is where the ballot paper is fixed. The BU and CU are connected through a cable which is permanently fixed to the BU. Each balloting unit can take up to 16 candidates, including nota. 4 BUs can be connected in a series to accommodate 64 candidates, including nota. The control unit activates the BU to enable the voters to cast their votes and maintains a record of the votes. The BU and the CU need to be prepared for every polling station before each poll. We will know more about them when we see them in operation. But for now, remember these sections on the CU: the power on lamp, the busy lamp, display section, candidate set section, result section, ballot section. Also check the power on switch and the socket that connects to the BU under the control unit.
EVM stands for electronic voting machine. When a voter doesn't want to elect the listed candidates as his representative, he can choose nota option. Nota stands for none of the above. Children, here we can see the picture of electronic voting machine. Children, look at here. Here we can find the nota option, none of the above option. Children, let us watch a video. In that we can see how the elections are taking place in a state.
The first phase in the great experiment was to enumerate the lists of eligible voters to fashion the electoral roll for the entire country. This was a task of the greatest magnitude, for over 175 million names had to be compiled and entered. The next course was the delimitation of a colossal number of constituencies spread far and wide. The total comprised 2,438 single-member and 666 multiple-member constituencies. With the spade work begun on our franchise, laws and regulations concerning every aspect of electoral procedure had to be drafted, had to be passed by Parliament. These included modification of electoral rolls, qualifications of candidates, campaign expenses, election offences. It was now time to gain the confidence of the electorate itself concerning the great experiment. Every medium of publicity was utilized to orientate the voter. Democracy was on trial, and our many millions were the jury. Since there is no better way of learning than by doing, a series of mock elections were arranged. These mock elections, held at various centers, acquainted our people with the mechanics of voting. Symbols sidestepped many a difficulty, making it easy for an illiterate to spot his favorite candidate. The rehearsals became a boon for officials on election technique, guarding against any slip-ups. This official training made for safe and fair conduct of the elections. Polling programs were made flexible, adapted to meet the demands of agriculture or climatic changes. Lastly, the ballot box, sacred symbol of democracy. 10 million rupees were spent in constructing 2,299,478 ballot boxes. If placed end to end, they would reach for 327 miles. With the party symbols allotted, the stage was set for the great experiment. Into the arena they stepped, candidates of every shade of political opinion. Over 20,000 in number, some were independent, others the nominees of different parties. Each was determined to contest the elections with all his ability. Political fever ran high. Campaigners used every media to sway the voter and win his vote. Electioneering took precedence over all other events. Candidates, through personal contact with the public, explained what they and their parties stood for and had to offer. Well-known leaders made extensive tours, gaining personal knowledge of the political pulse of our people. Mr. Nehru, as President of the Congress Party, made a lightning tour of the land. In a period of 7 weeks, he addressed innumerable meetings to a total audience that could be safely reckoned in millions. He campaigned as Congress President, but as Prime Minister, he exhorted our countrymen to exercise their franchise. He said, "It does not matter for whom you vote, but vote." Equally vehement were the other party leaders and candidates. Jaiprakash Narayan, outstanding figure of the Socialist Party. Leaders of the Krishak Mazdoor Praja Party, Sucheta and Acharya Kriplani and T. Prakasam. Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, the Jan Sangh, and communist leaders, Miraskar and Gopal Rao. Political views of every size and shade were seen, developing the giant design of democracy.
Formation of government. The majority members will elect one member among themselves as their leader. He or she will be made the Chief Minister of the state by the Governor. The Chief Minister will select the MLAs from the party to ministers. The Chief Minister and ministers together called as Cabinet or Ministry. The Cabinet is responsible for implementation of the laws, for preparing and passing new laws and welfare schemes in the Assembly. Council of Ministers. The Chief Minister allots different ministries to the member of the Cabinet like Finance Minister, Education Minister, Home Minister and so on. The Minister directs the policies in the departments under his or her charge. The Ministry is responsible for preparing policies and plans which are then submitted to the Assembly for approval. After approval of the Assembly, the Ministry formulates rules and methods for implementing them and takes action to implement them. Children, here we can see a group photo of Council of Ministers. We can also see various ministers like Home Minister, Irrigation Minister, Health Minister, Road and Buildings Minister, Endowment Minister, Labour Minister, etc. Children, let us know the Legislative Council and its composition. Composition of Council of Telangana. In order to make any law in the state, it has to be approved by both the houses. The composition is as follows: 14 members, 1/3 are elected by the MLAs. Remaining 14 members, 1/3 are elected by the members who were elected to local bodies like panchayats and municipalities. 3 members, 1/12 are elected from graduates. Remaining 3 members, 1/12 are elected from teachers. 6 members, 1/6 are nominated by the honorary governor. Legislative Council of Telangana. Telangana Legislative Council consists of 40 members. Members of this house, known as MLCs, are elected for 6 years. After every 2 years, 1/3 of its members retire. To contest in this house, candidates should have 30 years. Children, here we can see the picture of our Legislative Assembly Speaker Sri Madhusudhanachari. Here in this picture, we can see the image of Legislative Council Chairman Sri Swami Gaud. Points to be remembered: MLA, Member of Legislative Assembly; MLC, Member of Legislative Council. Manifesto: it is published verbal declaration of the intentions, motives or views of the individual, group or political party. EVM, electronic voting machine. Constituency, a group voters in a specified area who elect a representative to a legislative body. Independent, the candidate who contest in elections, but do not belong to any political party is called as independent. Bill and Act, the proposed law is called a bill. After being passed by both the chambers and approval by the governor, it becomes a law and is called an act of legislature. Children, let us watch a video, the Legislative Council activity. Children, prepare a chart of Council of Ministers with their portfolios and present it in the classroom. Children, we have discussed about the topic making of laws in the assembly. Hope you enjoyed the class. We will meet in next session. Thank you.